Hello, I'm here to talk to you about one of my favorite essential oils of all time, sandalwood. Sandalwood essential oil, and in this case specifically Hawaiian sandalwood. So the sandalwood trees are known as highly aromatic woods, and they can retain their fragrance for several decades. And the sandalwood essential oil is taken from the core, or the heartwood, if you like, of the most oldest central wood of that tree, the heartwood of that tree, which is typically darker and harder than the rest of the wood of the tree. So there's a certain length of time for that tree to mature before we can harvest any essential oil from it. So I'm going to breathe in. This is Hawaiian sandalwood that I'm breathing in, and it has a very calming quality to it. It's woody and it's sweet. So the woody aspect of the essential oil is going to, looking through the lens of fragrant energetics, is going to ground us. And then the sweet is going to give this kind of quality of circularity. It has this, the sweet has this quality of bringing in this remembrance of mother energy. So it's almost like this rocking, this harmonizing, this rocking, like the energy of a mother rocking her baby, brings emotional comfort and support to our experience, and reminds us also how to receive nourishment. And then the woody quality of it has this centering and then this stabilizing quality. So you have the woodiness, centering and stabilizing, the sweet circularity, harmonizing and nourishing. Very restorative, a very relaxing essential oil. Now, interestingly, some detail about the sandalwood trees is that they are parasitic. So they feed from the roots of other trees. Now, normally we have a negative association, I think, with the word parasitic. But in this instance, I think it's very interesting to understand how the tree is existing in nature, and then to reflect on how that quality is going to be carried into the essential oil and how it can then support us and our systems. So sandalwood requires a host. It requires this host to connect into the root of the other trees, the other plants, for water and nutrients. So thinking about this for yourself, thinking how you could, how do you need to tap into other situations, other people, other experiences for you to also receive nourishment, for you to also feel well? There's a huge amount of expertise required in the successful planting and the successful management and development of these trees through these different several stages of growth before they're suitable for us to harvest that essential oil. But with this quality of hosting, if you like, from other trees, from other plants, from taking and partnering with other trees and other plants, it's showing us how we can tap into what we need to feel well into life. So inviting us to reach out and see what it is that we actually need to survive and to feel well. We are interconnected beings. We are all one. No one can survive on their own. We are dependent on all different realms and sources around us. And sandalwood really is the oil that teaches us about the interconnected nature of our experience of living, of our experience of life. It helps us tap into that experience of oneness, that experience that we are all connected, and through that connection we're actually stronger. Now, in Tibetan medicine, so I have some experience and history with Tibetan Buddhism, and that's my original kind of spiritual practice, if you like. The sandalwood fragrance has been used for many, many years to ease emotional weariness and to help us feel more enlivened or energized, if you like, from excessive mental work or overly excessive kind of intellectual work. So this is one to really work with if you've been studying very hard, if you've been, burning the candle at both ends, if you've been studying for exams, or if you have been just overexerting and over attending to the mental aspect of you. And if that is then resulting in this quality of like weariness, particularly emotional weariness. Now, the way that doTERRA, the company that I partner with, source this essential oil is very inspiring and enlivening in and of itself. So the sourcing situation around doTERRA, around sandalwood with doTERRA, was that they came to a situation where they really needed to increase the number of trees that the sandalwood could be harvested from. And that is not a short-term project. It takes between 15 to 20 years before we can take any of the essential oil, harvest any of the essential oil from those trees. So doTERRA planted 10,000 acres to create a sandalwood farm in Hawaii. And this was actually the biggest reforestation effort anywhere in that island of Hawaii. And the sandalwood essential oil, as I say, only occurs in the trees that are 15 to 20 years old. So this is a longevity project. This is a legacy project. And traditionally, it's actually longer than 15 to 20 years. Traditionally, it's actually anywhere between 30 and 80 years. Let's look at the chemistry for a moment of sandalwood. So the main chemical component within sandalwood is santalol. The main chemical component within sandalwood is the component of santalol. And santalol is an alcohol, and it's known for its grounding effects. Aside from the grounding properties, this alcohol in sandalwood is also known to help beautify the skin when used topically, and to promote calm, relaxed feelings, specifically if you want to have a peaceful experience in the evening or a relaxed night of sleep. So you can use it aromatically. I love to diffuse it aromatically. It's very precious, so you don't need a lot. You only need 1 drop, maybe 2 drops most. If you're diffusing it, you can partner it with something like lavender. I've recently partnered it with geranium to great effect. If you wanted something a little bit more, not necessarily for an evening, a nighttime oil, but for the daytime, you could partner it with wild orange and geranium. That would be delicious. Good. So we have 90% of this compound santalol in sandalwood essential oil. So this makes it very, very powerful and very, very useful for this calming, this restful, this grounding quality. Now, the one place that I really often use it is in meditation, or just in sub of meditation. So if I've had a busy morning or a full day, and I don't have time to sit down and meditate, or I might use it this way, or I might use it at the beginning of a longer meditation. So I just take 1 drop of the essential oil and I place it at the center of my forehead, the place known as yin tang in Chinese medicine, third eye in yogic schools or other wisdom traditions. So I'm just finding that point without the oil, with the oil that doesn't have the finger that doesn't have the oil on it. Found it. There's a little indent, and I can feel it takes me to the center of my brain even without the oil. And then here, just holding the oil with no need to press hard, just a gentle connection of the oil to the point. Feels very, very powerful for me. Feels very relaxing. I like to close my eyes as I do this practice. And I would be instructing myself or others to hold this point for anywhere between I'm going to take my glasses off because it's so really yummy. Anywhere between 1 to 3 minutes as a centering, calming, stabilizing, nurturing placement. So I would hold this for longer if I was not here and recording the video. So I invite you, if you are doing this with me, to hold for as long as you need to, and there'll be a sense of completion when you are done with this application. I'm actually going to just hold it because it feels so damn good. Yeah. Okay, so we're getting there. I can feel it starting to finalize its therapeutic effect. I'm feeling a relaxation down underneath my eyes and across the bridge of my nose. I'm feeling very centered. I'm feeling very calm and lovely and focused. Sandalwood essential oil, an absolute gem, very precious and very powerful. I do hope you'll connect with it. Much love and see you very soon.